Matthew chapter 20. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. After agreeing to work for 1 denarius for the day, he sent them out into the vineyard. And then he went out at about 9 in the morning. He saw others standing in the market doing nothing. To those men he said, "You also go work in my vineyard, and I'll give you whatever is right." So off they went. After noon, at 3, he went out again and did the same thing. Then at about 5 he went out and found others standing there. And he said to them, "Why have you been standing here all day doing nothing?" "Because no one has hired us," they said to him. "You also go to my vineyard." And he told them. When the evening came, the owner of the vineyard told his foreman, "Call the workers and give them their pay, starting from the last and ending with the first." When those who were hired about 5 came, each received 1 denarius. So when the first ones came, they assumed they would get more, but they also received a denarius each. When they received it, they began to complain to the landowner. "Those last men put in 1 hour, and you made them equal to us. We bore the burden of the day and burn in the burning heat." He replied to one of them, "Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Didn't you agree with me on 1 denarius? Take what's yours and go. I want to give this last man the same as I gave you. Don't I have the right to do that? Do what I want with my own business? Are you jealous because I am generous?" So the last will be first, and the first will be last. While they were going to Jerusalem, Jesus took the 12 disciples aside privately and said to them on the way, "Listen, we are going up to Jerusalem. The Son of Man will be handed over to the chief priests and the scribes, and they will condemn him to death. Then they will flog him and hand him over to the Gentiles to be crucified, and he will be resurrected on the third day." Then the mother of Zebedee's sons approached him, and with her sons. She knelt down to ask him for something. "What do you want?" he asked. "Promise," she said to him, "that these 2 sons of mine may sit on your right and on your left in your kingdom." Jesus answered, "You don't know what you're asking. Are you able to drink of the cup that I am about to drink?" "We are able," they said to him. He told them, "You will indeed drink of my cup, but if you sit at my right hand and my left, it is not mine to give. Instead, it belongs to those for whom it has been prepared by my Father." When the 10 disciples heard about this, they became indignant with the 2 brothers. But Jesus called them over and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles dominate them, and the men of high position exercise power over them. It must not be like that among you. On the contrary, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many." As they were leaving Jericho, a large crowd followed him, and there were 2 blind men sitting by the road. And when they heard that Jesus was passing by, they cried out, "Lord, have mercy on us, Son of David." The crowd told them to be quiet, but they cried out all the more, "Lord, have mercy on us, Son of David." Jesus stopped, called them, and said, "What do you want me to do for you?" "Lord," they said to him, "open our eyes." Moved with compassion, Jesus touched their eyes, and immediately they could see, and they followed him. Chapter 21.